As an electronics hobbyist, 3D printer is one of my necessities. Especially when it comes to print different parts for projects, there is no alternative. Over a year after constant usage, I have been facing a problem. During the printing, the printer doesn't extrude the material properly, or we can say in an uneven manner. After a few minutes of print, extrusion completely stops. The head is just moving around. In this video, we are going to fix this issue. Let's expect not something vital has damaged. We hope for the best. At a first glance, I thought the issue is in the hot end. Maybe something clogged the nozzle, that's why the filament isn't extruding. So I have hit the nozzle to the maximum temperature, remove the filament and use this nozzle cleaner to remove the goo. But that doesn't help me much. At the next print, after a while, filament stopped extruding and the head is just moving around. Same problem. Then I thought to remove the hot end assembly. Maybe inside the heating element, somehow the Teflon tube is damaged or something clot in there. Breaks and Makes explained this in his video. Link is in the video description. Anyway, I have unscrewed the fan and removed this assembly by removing these two screws. After that, I have removed the silicone shock from the hot end. Please be careful here, it would be hot and too much dangerous. Anyway, I have heated the nozzle at 200 degrees and remove it with the range provided with the 3D printer. Next, I have removed the Teflon tube by just removing this nut. First of all, I have tried to clean the nozzle that obviously needs quite a bit of temperature. In the Teflon tube, I haven't found anything. Inside of the heating element, also nothing. So I guessed there are probably no issues with the hot end assembly. So I have assembled the parts and set them for another test print. Here I just need to follow all the steps in backwards. Nothing special. Again the print fails. Here one thought came to my mind. I have tried to push the filament by hand. And as you can see, it's releasing properly from the nozzle. Suddenly though, my eyes noticed something. This bearing is not moving much, while this drive gear is trying to push the filament. I have marked both of them to clarify. And yes, something is wrong with the extruder. First, I have tried to tighten the bearing and I have immediately found that it's completely okay. So the problem is not in the bearing. To disclose this misbehavior, I have removed the bearing at this nut. Oh boy, this part is damaged. Here you can see a crack. That's why due to the lack of pressure, the filament isn't pushed to the nozzle. So I need to replace this assembly. This time instead of plastic, I have thought the metal extruder, which might not break or damage in a while. It comes with all the required screws, drive gear, spring and almost everything that you will need. However, after unpacking, I have verified all the holes to be on the safe side. Before set it in the location, it's quite a good idea to set these two screws in place for the spring. Later it could be much difficult. Anyway, now I need to remove the old extruder. So I have first removed the connection from the motor, remove the Teflon tube assembly by taking care of this washer, remove the screws and spring assembly carefully and keep it. That would later come in handy. Next, by holding the motor in place, I've unscrewed all the screws. They actually hold the motor and the extruder with the frame. Now one problem I have realized. The drive gear can't be removed by hand. So for now I kept it as it is. There is a way to remove this. I have found this design in Thingiverse. I will print it and keep it when the printer will ready. With this tool and with the use of M5 nut and bolt, it's quite easy to remove the drive gear. Okay, it's assembling time. It's not quite hard though. Hold the motor in place, place this part of the extruder by taking care of its orientation and screw them all together. After inserting the spring into its suitable location, I have tightened this screw. Now put the bearing assembly. So we are almost at the end. Attach the Teflon tube with this assembly, connect the cable with the motor, insert the filament by setting the printing temperature of the nozzle, which is normally 200 degrees Celsius. Now let's print something. I have printed this lid for this box. This time no extrusion problem and no gaps in the print. After finishing, I could say the print quality is slightly improved with this new extruder, and I think the problem is solved. I have also printed so many things later that came out really great. Now you may have understand the motive of making this video. I have covered all the possible problems that generally occurs with the FDM 3D printers. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and learned a thing or two. If so, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe and activate the notification bell for future updates. Thank you so much.